You're listening to a Hope 1032 podcast. Raising Teens by Collett Smart with Ray Kington.
Do you ever feel weird?
As if.
Raising Teens, Ray Kington, joined by Collett Smart. Love to hear from you via the Hope Media app. Got a question for us? Shoot it through and we'll discuss it. We're talking all things about raising teens because the reality is it is sometimes maybe an even more challenging time than when you've got little kids. Even when they're screaming at you when they're little. It can be more challenging when they have a little bit more independence. There's a lot more going on. How do you handle that? Well, this is a show where we like to tackle these issues. We've got a question from Sarah who says, what if your teen is by nature very secretive or private, but maybe isn't necessarily hiding away doing anything bad, but spending a lot of time in their bedroom? Is this normal? Kids love spending time in their bedroom, don't they? What is with that?
I think, look, it's very natural for teens to be pulling away. We need to see it as a natural process of them trying to separate from us in certain ways, and they don't have anywhere else to go to be separate from us than in their rooms.
Yeah.
But that is where I still always keep saying technology out of bedrooms and so on. So you make sure that their room is a safe place, a quiet place, a place of rest. But it also depends on your children, you know, your children's personalities. I have very different personalities in my home. If your child's an introvert or an extrovert, I've got both. And so my introverted child will spend a lot of time in their room. I did as a teenager. I'm actually more of an introvert. I need downtime. I need space. I need times when there's just quiet. Our house actually is quite a loud house. My husband is an extrovert, and two of my three children are very extroverted, and so our house can be very loud. So for my introverted child, they need space and downtime, and we've had to give that child grace and get the siblings to also recognize that child's not rejecting you.
Yeah.
That child just needs some space. And so it's recognizing your children's personality styles, but also coaching our children to still communicate with those in their family, because that is part of being in a family. So having expectations of certain times when your child needs to be out of their room, say certain dinner times. We know that meal times are such an important part of well-being. There's a lot of research on the benefits and the effects of family meal times. It doesn't have to be every day, and not everybody has to be at every meal all the time if they're out at sport or somewhere else. But there's no, you almost not allow children to take a meal to their bedroom while everybody else is having a meal. Those must be no-go zones. You say it's for downtime, but when we're having family meals or we're doing something as a family, we expect you to be there and be part of the family, communicate.
Could a family meal be in front of the TV, potentially?
No.
No?
Actually,
Does it have to be
Ray.
at the table?
Yep.
Right.
So it's interesting. It's that face-to-face family time. Again, this is research I spoke about in my book, that it's fascinating, the benefits of family mealtime, how children learn, their well-being improves, their school marks improve, they learn empathy, they learn how to communicate. Even your quiet children learn communication skills and tools just by watching others. We've always had this little ritual that we do at dinners. We say, what is one good thing that happened in your day and what's one not so good thing? And the adults share as well. Obviously not your deepest, darkest secrets, but you share so that your kids know you also have tough times or tough days at work. Some children can pass, so it's not forcing children to speak, but they're part of listening. And as I said, it doesn't have to be every day of the week, but at least about 3 times a week, having those family meal times. So encouraging our children, But recognizing again that when we think our children are being silent, recognize that our children are actually always communicating with us. They're communicating with their silence, with their body language, even when they're not saying words. And so finding times to connect with our young people, doing things they enjoy, simply for the pleasure of just being with them. Let them choose the activity. Some of your introverts might need time to plan in their heads. You can't spring something on them and say, well, we're going somewhere to spend family time, you and I. today. Some of your introverted children will just freak out.
Yeah.
They need time to plan. So you say, right, next week or in 2 weeks, we're going out together. I'd love to spend time with you. Where would you like to go? It doesn't have to cost money. They choose something just to do. Sometimes even just sitting in silence in the dark, not even face to face, sometimes just sitting on your teen's bed as they're about to go to bed, saying goodnight, praying with them if that's what you do as a family. Those kind of things, the non-verbal things, are even communication. Some of our young people do well by journaling and actually writing to a parent. It's fascinating. I've heard people say, you shouldn't text your child when you're trying to communicate. You must talk. I've said to parents, sometimes if the only way your child is communicating with you is through text, then you go with that.
Yeah.
Because some children are just better writers and they don't feel as intimidated. And so some of their stuff might come out in text. And if that's a window of time that's happening, that's also all right. And
they might ignore you, though.
Yeah.
You're like, hang on, I know that phone is with you 24/7 and you're not replying.
But sometimes your children will initiate that.
Yeah.
So go with that. But really, it's also about encouraging mentors with your children as well. If you're really worried, if they're very silent, if grandma's a mentor or their youth leader's a mentor, and they're communicating with somebody else, don't be hurt. Parenting shouldn't be all about us and our little hurts that we nurse. It's about our child and our child developing. And if you're really worried, then that is obviously when you seek professional help.
Good stuff. All right, if you'd like to get in touch with us via the Hope Media app, we would love to hear from you. Share your story with us. Maybe you've got some feedback for us or you've got a question. Love to hear from you. Certainly check out the Hope Media app and you can get in touch with us that way. This has been Raising Teens.
Hope 1032. Thanks for listening.